Hello, let's start. Let's come to Vajrasana. Seated with your legs tucked underneath you, if you can. We're going to start with some Kapalabhati with Uddiyana Bandha. So inhale through the nose, exhale the air forcefully out the nose in 1 second, and then draw the abdomen up. So inhale, exhale forceful, and then draw the abdomen up. So in, X, draw. Focus on the third eye. You can close your eyes if you need to, or if you can. If you need to watch for a while, go right ahead. This helps clear stuff out and helps your digestion, helps you digest what's going on in your life and also your mind. Inhale, exhale forcefully, draw the abdomen up. Repeat. Inhale, exhale, draw. Inhale, exhale, draw. Inhale, draw, draw. Draw the abdomen. Keep going. In, X, draw. Inhale, return to normal breathing. Feel free to use a tissue if you need to. It's me going. Now go ahead and curl the toes under. Sitting on the toes, for some this will be way more comfortable than others. So curling those toes under. Come on and off your toes as needed. Inhale the arms up over the head in reverse lock, stretching through the shoulders. If you can lengthen your elbows, fine. Do whatever you can do here for your arms. Inhale all the way down to your tailbone, your sit bones, your pubic bone, and then exhale, feeling that length going all the way down and simultaneously up the spine as you exhale. Draw the abdomen up at the end of your exhale. Inhale, the energy goes down into the tailbone, sit bones, and pubic bone, opening that pelvic floor. And as you exhale, continue the releasing and the letting go of that which you know, which you are complete with right now, and then allow the energy to simultaneously rise up on exhale. So inhale, it's a descending force, and on exhale, it's the descending and continues and with the ascending. So inhale down, tailbone, sit bones, pubic bone. Exhale, continue downward through the feet and then out the top of the head. Ujjayi all the way down. Exhale, down and up. Draw the abdomen up at the end of your exhale. We'll do 2 more breaths. Exhale, down and up. And then draw the abdomen up at the end of your exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale, look up. Exhale, allow the hands to come back behind you. If you can, you can put them on the floor or a block, opening your collarbones, feeling that place between the collarbones, opening, widening. Feel the ribs around from your spine, nice and wide in the back of your spine. The ribs wide to the sides, like opening, feeling the meat at the sternum, which is your breastbone. That volume and roundness of your ribs. As you inhale, that width, and then exhale, that length. Draw the abdomen up at the end of your exhale. 1 more breath. And then exhale, come forward. Gently tap the toes out and take it over into child's pose. Clasp the hands behind the back. Inhale, exhale, pull them up and over your head in reverse lock. Actually, my hands are not in reverse lock, so if you can do that, great. Again, inhale, feel that width now, that volume through the ribs and down into the pelvic floor. And then exhale, feel the length going from tail to head and head to tail. So when we warmed up, we opened up that pelvic floor, that diaphragm, and now we're opening up the diaphragm in underneath your ribs. So inhale, 2 diaphragms, nice and deep, wide. And then exhale, feel that length through the space you created. One more breath. Softening your shoulders. And then releasing on exhale, arms down. Let all that tension drain into the mat, into your floor, into the earth. Empty the mind here. Relax your forehead onto a block or the floor. Empty the mind, the body will follow. Empty the body, the mind will follow. Coming up, go ahead and take your left hand, left arm, rotate it to do a twisted child's pose. So left elbow cross. If you can't cross all the way over, come right into in between. Hands to the heart in prayer if you can, really pressing that, feel that space between your palms. You press them together. So the palms eventually may end up around heart's distance here. Do what you need to do for yourself. Nice long spine. Inhale nice and deep into your diaphragms, your pelvic floor, and your diaphragm underneath your ribs. And inhale and exhale, lengthen, and then draw the abdomen up at the end of your exhale. Do about 3 to 6 breaths here, depending on the length of your breath. 1-to-1 breathing if you can. I've given a lot to think about, so pick which is interesting to you or supportive for you right now. And if you don't know, just choose something. You'll learn no matter what. No wasted effort. Each step takes you somewhere new. One more breath. And then release, exhale, come back to center. Take another moment to drain through the earth. Inhale up, right arm crosses over this time, or takes the twist to wherever you are. Lengthen your spine. Inhale, feel the volume of your rib diaphragm and your pelvic floor diaphragm. Also a nod to possibly feeling the diaphragm in either the throat or behind the eyes at the same time as you inhale. And then exhale, feel that length moving through all the way from tail to the center of your ribs, throat, midbrain, third eye, up the top of the head. Draw the abdomen up at the end of your exhale. One more breath. And release. Drain all that tension, old thoughts, material that's been hanging around the house of you that you're just ready to let go of. Take it to Goodwill. Come up onto fours. Inhale, forward, feeling now the volume of your diaphragms propelling you forward, and exhale, feel that length as the tail moves away from the head. All the way to child's pose. Inhale up, and then exhale back. This time, inhale up, feel that space moving through, and then exhale down the right side. Inhale up the center. Exhale down the left side. Inhale up the center. Exhale down the right. Inhale up the center. Exhale down the left. And continue with that, or inhale up the center, curl the toes under, and exhale to down dog. If you could pedal the feet out here a little bit, feeling the sense of that length of your side bodies. Opening up space for the ribs, space for the volume of the diaphragms, feeling your width and your length. And now, allow that breath to be wide in the ribs, feeling especially that back of your ribs there as you inhale, as well as you feel the tailbone, sit bones, and pubic bone diaphragms. And then exhale for the length from the tail all the way to the top of your head, and then draw the abdomen up. Do 3 to 6 breaths here. After your 3 to 6 breaths, inhale, lift right leg up, open hips, feel that sense of space between. As you play with the idea of your sit bones, how are they relating as you open the hip? Are they getting closer together or further apart? Your pubic bone and tailbone, what's happening in the pelvic floor as you open those hips? And then can you play with the sit bones moving apart and together here as you open the hip, and play with that idea of what's happening in that pelvis. We've got 2 pelvic bones. Like your right pelvic bone and your left pelvic bone. And each sit bone is 1 pelvic bone, and they come together at the pubis. And your tailbone, of course, is your spine. And then bring that leg through now to the lunge. High lunge. That width through the diaphragms, and then exhale the length. Let that inhale pull you forward, and the exhale slide you back, flex that front foot. Inhale, pull you forward through the spine, and exhale, pull you back. Or perhaps you're feeling a push from the tail to move you forward into the lunge, and a push from the head into the tail to move you back into the, so you're feeling that push from tail to head and push from head to tail instead of a pulling. Just repeat that a few times. And then stay up and flex that front foot. Breathe in the volume of your ribs, the volume of your pelvic floor. Place your foot onto the floor. Actually, go ahead and turn your feet parallel to the long edge of your mat. Bend now your right leg. Both feet are flat on the floor. Inhale, right arm up into the twist. Feel that circumference of the volume of your ribs, your pelvis, and the length of your spine. Bring your arm down, keep your right leg bent now, and come all the way into the squat. That left leg may turn, the toes may turn up. You can use your hands to support yourself here as much as you like. Kind of falling out of my shirt, aren't I? And then however you can, lower or not, just find a way for yourself to play here. Opening up that space at your sit bones here, sit bone, and pubic bone and tailbone, opening up that pelvic floor, using my right arm against my right leg here to support myself. So I'm squeezing, pressing my arm and leg together here to give me a little bit of opening even further. And then the left arm can come up. My right heel is not on the floor, so yours may or may not be on the floor. So now I'm opening up my left side body. And then arm comes down, and I'm gonna lower myself to the floor no matter what that looks like. Who knows what it's gonna look like on the other side. Rotate my right foot out. So my right leg out, so my right knee's out to the side. My right foot is up against my thigh. And inhale the arms up as I take a janu a forward fold. Again, that sense of breath and space through my pelvic floor and my diaphragm. And then that length through my spine. Three to six breaths here. And inhale, come up slowly. You got your left leg out in front. If you're doing the same thing as I am, bend your left leg, and cross it over your right. So as you can tell, my left knee's way up here. That's okay. Left arm up again and take it over to the side. Inhale. And exhale, come up. And inhale to the other side. Exhale up through center. Inhale, up. Bending to my right. Exhale to the center. Inhale, bending to my left. Exhale to the center. And feeling the volume on my inhale and the length on my exhale. And just come to center now. Feel that sense of breath. As we're sitting here, for some of you, this is going to be a hip opener. Others of you, go ahead and go into half lotus or lotus, whatever's going to make it feel like you're doing asana in the hips, if that's what you're seeking. Otherwise, now block. We've got our left knee on top, so block the right nostril, so the left nostril is going to be the one as we do Bhastrika through that nostril. And inhale through the left. Either block both or just hold the breath. Feel that breath now expand into those diaphragms. Really release into the volume that you've created. the volume and the length. Take a little more sip of breath, top it off a little bit, get a little bit more in there. And then forceful exhale through your left. Take a moment, feel. And then block the right, the left, and do the same thing through the right. Inhale through the right. Block both nostrils, or just whatever you need to do to hold the breath here. Retain the breath. Feel that volume, the roundness of your retention, and the length. Top it off a little bit. Take another little sip of breath through the nose. Expand, release into expansion here. For some of you, you need to exhale, go through it. Forceful exhale through the right. Hold. You can retain the breath as long as you can. So you may be holding it longer than this video. And when you're ready, go ahead and block your left and exhale out of the right forcefully, but not too forcefully. Take your left leg that's been on top. Hold it in your hands. Extend it out to the front. Take that left hand to the inside of your left arch. Release your right hand. Open your left leg to the side. Open your left arm to the side. Feel that volume of your leg, your limbs now, and that length of your spine. And release your right hand. Left leg stays up. And then take yourself over now onto fours. Well, my right leg's on the floor, my left leg's down. Lift my right arm. Inhale. Exhale, bring left knee and right elbow together. Inhale, away. Exhale, bring them together. Inhale, away. Exhale, together. Inhale, away. One more time. Exhale, together. Inhale, away. Hands to the mat. Down dog. Those of you who would like to take a vinyasa here, go right ahead. It can be nice because it's symmetry, and we haven't done a lot of that in a minute. And then stay in your down dog. Same concept. Inhale wide through the ribs. Exhale, length, draw the abdomen up. About 3 to 6 breaths. Pelvic floor, sit bones, tailbone, where your right pelvis and your left pelvis come together in the pubic area. The back of your ribs opening around, they come around to the front. Left leg up into three-legged. Play with the sit bones opening, your left pelvis and your right pelvis moving together and apart. It's going to be really small. I mean, they're not really going that far. But there is a sense of your sit bones moving together or apart here, possibly. There is for me, maybe there is for you. You might be having something else go on. Play. It's an opening, closing, and playing. I'm just playing here. And there's a windowsill. Then I'm bringing it back. And inhale, my left leg comes through to the lunge. High lunge. I feel the sit bones, the volume of my ribs. That breath moving through my spine, wide and long. Coming forward, back to flexing that front foot. So coming back and forth to lunge. I'm either pushing from the tail to the head, pushing from the head to the tail, or I'm doing a reach and pull of the head and a reach and pull of the tail. They're different energies for me. Moving back and forth a few times on your breath. And then stay back with that foot flex. I'm bringing my feet a little closer together so my back foot's more on the floor. It doesn't have to be all the way on the floor. I just like it a little bit more on the floor. Here again, feeling that with the volume in the pelvic floor, that diaphragm and then the diaphragm around my ribs. Wide on inhale, long on exhale, draw the abdomen up. And spinning to face the long edge of the mat. My back will be to you now. So you bend your left leg, coming down, opening, right toe maybe moving up as that right leg moves externally, rotates a bit. So you can see how I support myself with my left hand here. Bring my left hand to the inside maybe. What am I doing? I'm gonna find a way to support myself somehow here. And I encourage you to do the same. Oops, I forgot the twist. Never mind, come back up. Left hand to the floor, inhale, open right hand to the floor, inhale, open. I don't think I like my back to you. I got ahead of myself. Shocker. I'm glad I remembered though, because I love this twist right now. Feeling that volume on the inhale and that length on the exhale. It just feels really luxurious to me today. Yes, I'm glad we remembered. And then come back down. Now see how it feels, Jane. Oh yeah, much better. Much better. Right arm up. And then bring your right arm down. Lower your bum to the floor. Bring your left leg into janu A. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. And feeling the volume in your diaphragms on inhale to length through the spine, with the center of the body on exhale. Three to six breaths here. Draw abdomen up at the end of your exhale. And inhale up. Exhale, feel that length through your spine. Bend your right leg, cross it over. Block your left nostril and Vastrika out through your right. Oops, I forgot something else. Where's my brain? Left arm up and over the head. Inhale, exhale, length. Right arm up and over the head. Inhale, exhale, length to the center. So as you're moving side to side, inhale, away, feeling the volume. Exhale, feeling the length as you move up and down. Inhale, feeling the volume. Exhale, reestablishing and experiencing that length. And then just stay, hold any side that feels like it needs it. Go to the other side from what we did on the first side. Your choice. Depends on how symmetrical you are. And then when you're done with the side bending, we move into pranayama. So blocking the left nostril, so you start with the right, and kapalabhati or bhastrika through your right. Inhale right. Retain, feel the volume, the length. Taking a little sip of breath, get a little bit more in there. Relax into your expansion though. Don't be relaxed, expanding. And then forceful exhale when you're ready through your right nostril. Take a moment and feel. Other side. Blocking the right, bhastrika or kapalabhati to the left. Actions in the belly. And inhale through the left. Into that volume, length. Relax into your expansion. Top it off with a little sip more air if it's possible for you. Keep relaxing into your expansion. And when you need to or you're ready, forceful exhale out of your left. If you're ready, if you want to keep holding, please do so. Your right leg out in front of you with your both hands. Feel both sit bones firm, clear. Feel that place, where's your tailbone, where's your pubic bone. Feel that relationship in your pelvic floor. Right hand crosses to the inside of your right arch. Open the leg, your right leg to the right, left arm to the side. So I'm feeling my limbs in my volume, my spine and my length. And then go ahead and back to your left leg's on the floor, right leg's behind you, into fours but not fours. Left arm up, inhale, exhale, left elbow and right knee together, inhale away, exhale together. This is about 4 times or more, depending on you. And then down dog. Optional vinyasa. And then come down to the ground, go onto your back. Take a moment and feel. Soles of the feet together, knees out to the side for baddha konasana. The connection of your feet. That connection relating to your pelvic floor. That pelvic floor relating to the diaphragm underneath your ribs. Relating to the diaphragm behind your eyes. Continue to feel those diaphragms as you roll your knees back together, feet flat on the floor, knees to the ceiling for dynamic bridge. Feel that connection of your feet now. Instead of feet touching, your feet are touching through the floor like the mycelium. So you're of the roots of different trees. You've got a tree, your right tree and your left tree, that they connect through the earth. Can you have a sense of open yourself to the idea of feeling the soles of your feet together, even though they're just touching the floor. From there, inhale, lifting hips and arms up, and exhale down. The soles of the feet as diaphragms, feeling that pelvic floor, the diaphragm of your ribs, throat, third eye, and even the diaphragms of the palms of your hands now as you move through dynamic bridge, feeling all these diaphragms floating in connection. Hopefully this feels easier to you than it might. So if you're starting to feel easy, don't feel like you have to work harder. Part of the point of the practice is to feel ease and flow, to not feel like, oh, I need to work harder because it's not feeling hard. It's okay if something doesn't feel hard, by the way. Maybe it's not hard anymore. And then stay with dynamic bridge, or stay in bridge. Bring your arms down if you like. Walk your upper arms together and really allow yourself to experience the volume of those diaphragms and the length of your spine here. Connected with the diaphragms, the connection of your 2 feet as if you're in baddha konasana. The soles of the feet together, but the soles of the feet are together, but they're touching the floor. So I'm together. I've got it together. I'm together. I am not apart. I am a whole. I am not apart. I am a whole. I am not apart. I am a whole. And then release and come down. Bring knees to chest. Slowly rock side to side. Arms out to the side. Dynamic twist. Inhale. Exhale, slowly lower knees over to your left, head to the right. Take it as far as you like, as far as it feels delicious and easy for you. And then the other side. So take it on your own time. Some of you may be moving quickly. Some would like to luxuriate and go slower. Whatever's going to feel delicious for you, do that tempo. Personally, I like to exhale as I twist. If you want to experiment with really leaning into the volume as you twist and inhale, give that a shot, give that a try. I've done them both. And they feel great for different reasons. So stay with your dynamic twist until you feel somehow complete and ready to move into Shavasana. Now, those of you who would like to do an inversion practice, this is a delicious place to do it. If you do headstand, shoulder stand, or you may just choose to do legs up the wall in lieu of Shavasana, or before a Shavasana if you really want to get decadent and have a lot of relaxation time. So just go ahead and find your next pose. Pause the recording if you're going to go upside down. And then feel that sense of your tailbone, your sit bones and your pubic bones. Inviting release and letting go through your pelvic floor, down the outsides of your legs, out the soles of your feet. Inhale and then exhale again through the pelvic floor, and this time down the insides of your legs, out the soles of your feet. Just letting go of whatever it is you're complete with, whatever has kept you apart from yourself, or that sense of feeling a part of instead of a whole. What's kept you separate. Let that go right now. And lean into wholeness. Move towards wholeness if you're ready and if it feels right for you. Begin to feel that sense of breath moving into your waist and lower back, side bodies. To your spine, ribs, acknowledging the diaphragm. Place behind your heart, between your shoulder blades, widening, opening. Your upper arm bones, forearms, wrists, palms, backs of the hands, fingers. Draining, letting go. Tension in the throat and the neck. Unexpressed words or feelings. And maybe they don't need to be expressed. Maybe you can just let them go. Maybe you've expressed them to yourself enough. Maybe not. The word is maybe. And that sense of diaphragm, the space in your brain, the breath in your brain. Acknowledging that empty space. And now through your palms, breathe in. What would you like to fill that space with? Light, unconditional love. Perhaps there's an affirmation or something. Maybe you'd like more kindness, more generosity towards yourself, from yourself. Breathe that in. If you don't know, I default to unconditional love and light, or space. The space that connects us all. The space that is our divine essence. Not the empty space of a void waiting to be filled. Fill yourself now until you're complete and full, just the right amount. And enjoy yourself. Stay there as long as you like. When and if you're ready, you can take a deep breath in and release. Gently wiggle fingers and toes to your luxurious moving from Shavasana dance, whether you roll your head side to side, some lovely limb dancing, eventually rolling onto one of your sides into a loose fetal position. Give yourself the time you would like before you support yourself up into seated for just a moment of connection with yourself. Maybe this precedes a meditation practice, maybe this precedes your day evolving, unfolding. Thank you so much for being here with me, for sharing this free letting go digestive practice. It's my honor and privilege, as always, to share this time, this space, these teachings, these inspirations, and all of ourselves with each other. We are part of each other, and we are whole. Namaste. And thanks for hanging with me when I forget and just do all my human stuff. So, yay.